Hi viewers, this is T. Venkateshwarlu and you are watching Sandeep English World. Today I am here to give you some tips on English fluency. At first, let us know what fluency is. Fluency is the quality of being able to speak or write a language, especially a foreign language, easily and well. Let me give you an example how I speak easily and quite comfortably. I have been teaching the students for the last 34 years. If I speak so, you can understand what I mean. Instead, if I speak, I have been teaching the students for the last 34 years. If I speak so, you don't understand what I mean because there is no proper fluency in it. I have dragged on the sentence. And there are some people who speak in a overfluent manner. For example, I have been teaching the students for the last 34 years. If I speak so, it is called overfluency. So my point is, we have to give a right pause at the right spot, at the right context. We want to make our ideas very clear to the listener. And now, stay tuned to this channel and be attentive if you want to learn some tips on English fluency. The very first tip I would like to tell you is just remember the three letters, only three letters, A, S, K. And if you remember that the three letters A, S, K, it is easy for you to remember the very first tip. A for attitude, S for skill, and K for knowledge. The attitude, I mean, you have the right attitude to learn English. When your attitude is positive enough to learn good English, you are sure to improve your fluency. And the other one, S for skill. That skill is not the academic skill, it is the practical skill. If you really want to improve your English fluency, you have to develop the fourfold skills of English language. They are L, S, R, W. L for listening, S for speaking, R for reading, and W for writing. You should cultivate the habit of listening to English news, listening to English conversations, English debates, English discussions, English seminars, or any meeting that goes on in English. And then you should try to write your ideas in English all the time. And at the same time, you have to develop the habit of reading English newspapers, English magazines, or any other useful material in English. And above all, you should find one partner to speak with in English. That is the speaking skill. Next, K refers to knowledge. You should have the knowledge about the world. If you want to speak something in English, you should have the knowledge about a particular thing. Suppose you want to speak about a computer. You should know what a computer is. What are the main parts of the computer? What are the advantages and disadvantages of the computer? What are the evil effects of the computer? Or how you should make use of the computer? Like that, you should have the knowledge about it. And at the same time, you should develop the habit of describing the small objects, describing the persons, describing an incident, describing your daily routine, like that. When you develop the habit of describing something, your language flow will improve day by day. And when the day breaks, you should try to open your mouth in English by using certain situational sentences. This is very important. Even the LKG student goes on speaking English by using the situational sentences. For instance, the nursery student in a school, the nursery student wants to go to toilet. How the student asks, "Excuse me, madam, can I go to toilet? Excuse me, madam, can I drink a glass of water?" In such a way. And the UKG student makes a complaint to the teacher saying, "Madam, this boy is pinching me. This girl is always beating me." These are the situational sentences. Suppose there is no power in the class. The student might complain, "Sir, the fan is not running." When the power comes, the same student says, "Ah, yeah, the fan is running." These are the situational sentences. When the student wants to come into the class, he simply asks for permission. "May I come in, sir? May I take leave of you, sir?" These are all the situational sentences. These are very important. And now, let us have a look at some other tips. Another tip I would like to stress is, we should try to form sentences using a particular word. For example, fan. By just giving the word fan to a small student, a little student, an LKG student, we can make him use sentences. Simply the student says, "This is a fan. The fan has 3 wings. The fan is running. We have a ceiling fan. This is a table fan." In such a way, he uses a number of sentences. By just giving one word, we have to make others use sentences, form sentences. This is a simple technique. Bottle. Simply the student says, "Today I have not brought my bottle," or "This is my water bottle." He gives a number of examples using the word bottle. We should make others open their tongues in English by giving certain words. This is very simple. But even for the teachers, even for the English teachers, it's really a tough task to make them form sentences using 2 different words. For example, bottle, another word, table. It is easy. The bottle is on the table. The 2 words are used in a single sentence. I give you certain words. How we can combine 2 different sentences into a meaningful sentence. 2 different words into a meaningful sentence. For example, the table. Table is a word. And the sky, this word, is in no way related to the word table. I ask you to frame a sentence using the table and the sky. Really, we must be creative and imaginative and expressive to convey our ideas. We have to start thinking in English to frame some sentences. Form a sentence using the table and the sky. The boy is looking at the sky, standing at the table. I have used the table and the sky in one sentence. And the word sky and the other word tiger. there are two different words. Let me combine the two words and frame a sentence. The tiger started growling, looking at the sky. The tiger, the sky. The tiger, the grass. Use the two words into a meaningful sentence. The tiger never eats the grass. The grass. The word grass and the word play. Some children are playing in the grass. Play and the grass. Play and the other word beautiful. Play, beautiful. Two different words. But we should try to build a sentence using play and beautiful. Some beautiful girls are playing in the ground. In such a way, two different words can be combined into a meaningful sentence, and we can play like a language game whenever we find leisure. We can do certain things with great pleasure during our leisure. And another tip I would like to give you for improving our fluency is expansion of short sentences into lengthy sentences. For example, I went to Guntur. This is a short sentence. By using a short sentence, we have to question ourselves in order to make it lengthy. I went to Guntur. When I went to Guntur, how I went to Guntur, why I went to Guntur, with whom I went to Guntur. Like that we have to question ourselves, and the answers that we get should be added. One phrase should be added to the other phrase. Like that we get some phrases as the answers. You have to go on adding. Likewise, we can make a short sentence into a lengthy one. For example, I went. When I went, last Sunday I went. Where I went, last Sunday I went to Guntur. With whom I went, last Sunday I went to Guntur with my friends. At what time I went to Guntur? Last Sunday at 10 o'clock I went to Guntur with my friends. How I went to Guntur? Last Sunday at 10 o'clock I went to Guntur with my friends by an RTC bus. Why I went to Guntur? Last Sunday at 10 o'clock I went to Guntur with my friends by an RTC bus to take a railway exam. Where to take the railway exam? Last Sunday at 10 o'clock I went to Guntur with my friends by an RTC bus to take a railway exam at Hindu College. Where is Hindu College located? Hindu College is located near the vegetable market. Thus, I frame a lengthy sentence. The shorter sentence is expanded into a lengthy one. How? Last Sunday at 10 o'clock, I went to Guntur with my friends by an RTC bus to take a railway exam at the Hindu College near the vegetable market. See how the short sentence is expanded into a lengthy one. This is one tip that you can remember. And another important tip that I would like to mention at this context is just to participate in jam sessions. Jam, J-A-M, just a minute, not the bread and jam, just a minute. J-A-M here refers to just a minute. Even the engineering graduates, if they want to improve their fluency, they have to follow in such jam sessions, really. And at the time of getting placements in the campus interviews, their fluency is tested by making them participate in jam sessions. JAM, just a minute. For example, somebody asks you to speak about the cell phone. You have to speak about the cell phone continuously for a minute. How? Let me try. Cell phone is a wireless telephone that can be carried from one place to the other place very easily. There are many advantages and disadvantages of the cell phone. I use the cell phone to have a talk with my near and dear ones, not only for that purpose, but also for viewing nice videos like this and to browse the required information on the internet and to know a lot of knowledge. I use the cell phone, but there are some people who are misusing the cell phone by watching the unimportant videos, the obscene videos, obscene pictures, etc. It's our duty to use any item for some good purposes. Like that, we can speak on the cell phone for 1 minute. Cell phone is not a topic. Though it's not a topic, we can speak on it continuously for a minute. But we need constant practice. To get the fluency, we need constant practice, and it's really very important. And as there are a number of techniques that we have to follow, we have to keep in mind all these tips so that practice makes man perfect. You should find one good friend to speak with. Even though you do not find a good friend, you can speak to yourself. When I was in the offing stage, I used to speak myself. Really, I followed the fourfold skills of English language. I cultivated the habit of listening to English news by maintaining a pocket radio when I was a student of degree first year. I used to read the English newspapers daily. I noted down some tough words, I referred to the dictionary, noted down the meanings of those words, and now and then I have a glance at the meanings of all those words so that they will be in my memory for a long time. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel and you can share this video with your near and dear ones. Thank you very much. Happy learning.